See, we are starting with the discussion on the new topic, that is probability, the most easiest topic of this particular syllabus. Let us start one by one. Now, you have done this particular topic earlier. As I told you, it is a last minute revision. So, I am directly taking one example and I'll go ahead with towards the difficult questions. Now, here I have written two coins are tossed. Now, this is a thing what we perform, that is what we call it as random experiment in this probability. That is called as what? Random experiment. Now, why we call it as random experiment? Because when we throw it, we don't know the exact outcome what we are going to have. There are possibilities of it. Now, when two coins are tossed, let us see, we have to write H for 2 times, T for 2 times, and then we have to write alternate HT, HT. So, whatever are total outcomes, that is what we know as sample space. So, the question they can ask you for 1 mark, two coins are tossed, write its sample space. So, we need to write this, sample space is capital S. So, what we need to write, this is S is equal to, in the curly bracket, we have to write down these outcomes, HH, then it is HT, then it is TH, and the last one is TT. And then we have to write N of S. N of S means number of points in a sample space. So, number of points in a sample space are going to be 4. Correct? So, this is the basic thing what required in this topic. So, whatever the experiment they give you, we are supposed to write the sample space and then N of S. Now, see this particular meaning of this. Probability is a mathematical chance. Suppose I am having two numbers, 1 and 2. So, what is the chance of even number? So, it is 50%. What is the chance of odd number? It is also 50%. But in a huge data, we cannot predict it so easily. And that's why they ask you what is the probability of an event. Now, that event word means what? Event means your expectation. For example, if I ask you a question, find the probability of an event. Find the probability of an event that, or you can say like this, find the probability of an event of getting at least one head. Getting at least one head. See, this is the expectation, what we want, that is an event. So, at least one head. Now, these things are more important in the selection. At least one head means you are allowed to have two heads. At least one means minimum one. So, I think this you can select. You can select this because one head is coming here. Now, they are not saying of getting one head. They are saying at least one means it can be more than one also. And that's why you can select this also. You cannot select this because it is having no head. So, when you write the event means your requirement. And that is always written by capital letter A, B, C, D, excluding Z, S. Because S letter we are using for sample space. So, normally we consider A, B, C like that. So, we have to include these things. Matlab HH, then it is HT, then TH, correct? We cannot include this because requirement is different, at least one head. So now what I am going to write, N of A is equal to, N of A is equal to 3. And remember, this particular formula we are going to use every time. Probability of any event is nothing but whatever is your expectation and whatever is your total outcomes. So that is always going to be N of A upon N of S, and that's why the answer is 3 by 4. Probability of that event is 3 by 4. This is the answer of that question. Now remember one more thing, that if you write the formula in the reverse way, which is wrong, and that's why many of the prelims in many board papers also, they ask you a question, which of the following numbers do not represent the probability? Which of the following numbers, they do not represent the probability, and they give you these options. Remember one thing, the first option they give 3 by 4, then they will give you 1 by 5, then they will give you 0, and then they will give you 5 by 4. Which of the following numbers do not represent the probability of an event? Remember one thing, this is a mathematical requirement. You should understand this logic, meaning of this sentence. Probability is always between 0 and 1. Probability cannot be negative and probability cannot be more than 1. So probability of any event between 0 and 1. So this is 3 upon 4, that is lying between here. 1 by 5, 0, it is all possible probabilities. But when denominator is less than the numerator, this answer is exceeding this interval. It will be greater than 1. So actual option is this. That is one of the important questions they can ask you about the probability of an event. Now one more thing, just for your additional expectation about this. Suppose we are talking about N of a particular event as 0. Correct? Then probability of that is going to be N of A upon N of S. Now whatever may be N of S, your A event is having 0 number, so probability is 0 or not. So in that case, this event A is always called as impossible event. That is known as what? Impossible event. That particular thing will not exist only. Suppose I say like this, a die is thrown. So I am writing the numbers as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And if I ask you, what is the probability of getting a number 7? What is the probability of getting a number 7? 7 is not coming only. So that is impossible. So we have to write the answer. In that case, what we can write? A is equal to, if a number what we expect is greater than 7, we should not write anything in the bracket. That bracket will remain as it is. Therefore, I can write N of A is equal to 0. Therefore, probability becomes 0. That is what we call it as impossible event. But suppose I ask you, what is the probability of an event getting a number less than 7? Getting a natural number less than 7. So event B is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there N of B answer comes as 7. So again, when you talk about the probability, I have to substitute the value here. Sorry, it is going to be 6. So N of B, when you write 6, it is going to be 6 upon 6. The probability of that, what we can write here as n of b upon n of s. So your answer is 6 upon 6. That answer is 1 or not? Are you getting it? When you are getting the probability 1, then that event B is called as certain event. So remember one thing, they ask you these MCQs. Probability of an impossible event is always 0. Probability of a certain event is always going to be 1. Remember this thing, and all the answers of all the probability questions, they will always lie between 0 and 1. This is the important part, you can note down this. Probability of an impossible event, what is that? 0. Probability of a certain event, it is always going to be 1. So whatever answer you calculate for the probability, that has to be between 0 and 1. Anything exceeds that or anything below 0, that is negative number, will not be probability of any event. So these are the 3 main questions for MCQs. You are having one particular question in the paper where you can definitely get one question on probability, and that question may be regarding these 3 things, which can be easily manageable. Now rest of the questions in probability, you need to write everything. But these are the questions where nothing is required as far as the write-up is concerned. I hope this is clear to you. Okay, now we'll go for the next few questions on probability, how to deal with them, what to write. I will write one question on the board exactly the way we write in the exam. You need to write all the steps. So that one question we will solve step by step, and then the rest of the questions we will just discuss. Okay? We'll take one more question now. I have not written the question here. I will just orally discuss that. The question is like this. 2 dice are rolled simultaneously. Now whatever we are using at that snake and ladder game. So the sample space is little troublesome to write, but we don't have any other choice. We have to write this. Now suppose when you throw 2 dice, one you are getting, one observation you are getting on the top of that face is 1 and other is also 1. Like that, you may get these observations like 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4, 1, 5, 1, 6. Similarly, in the next set, we are going to have 2 on the first die on the upper surface and then 1, 2, 3, 4 like that. So definitely it is 6, 6. So your n of s, what you are going to have is going to be 36. Now remember one thing, now there is one more question which can be asked. Now how many dice you are thrown? So you have thrown 2 dice. Now I am asking you a simple question. If you throw 1 die, then how many observations you are going to get? So you are going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. 6 observations. How many dice you have thrown? So 2. So 6 square is 36 or not? So similarly, they can ask you a question. Suppose you are throwing 3 dice simultaneously, then what will be n of s? So it is always calculated by using this formula. If it is 3 dice are thrown, then 6 raised to 3 will be coming, and 6 raised to 3 is 216. Is it clear to you? 6 raised to 3 is going to be 216. So you need not write 216 observation to finalize this. Similar thing I will tell you. What is that? If you throw a coin, how many observations you get? H and T. Matlab 2 observations you are going to have. So if you throw 2 coins, then I have to write 2 here. That's why in the earlier explanation, whatever I have done, we have got 4 observations as n of s. Suppose you are throwing 3 coins, then we have to write 2 raised to 3, that is 8. So you are going to have n of s is going to be 8. This is a shortcut I am telling you, because this you have to learn from MCQ point of view. Now let us go ahead with this part. N of s we have got as 36. Now they are asking you a question, find the probability of the following events, and they are giving you the first event as sum of the digits on the upper faces is at least 10. I am writing that event A here, that is sum of the scores on the upper faces. Sum of the scores on the upper faces is at least 10. Sum of the scores on the upper faces is at least 10. Remember this one, they have not given sum of the scores on the upper faces is 10. They have used the word in between, at least. Now tell me, if you add these are called as scores on the upper faces, what we write? So 1 plus 1 is 2, 1 plus 2 is 3, like that. So now you tell me minimum score, minimum sum that you are going to get is 2, and maximum you are going to get it as 12. And we want minimum sum as 10. So it is 5 plus 5. 5 plus 5 is the first score which gives 10. This 5 plus 6 is 11. That is allowed. Then 6 plus 4 is going to be there. That is 10. 6 plus 5 is 11. That is allowed because at least means minimum 10. Maximum we can get it after that also. So 6, 6. I think when you write this by using a pencil, you just faint underline karo, so that you can select the things properly. So now I can write A is the event of these numbers 5, 5. Then it is 5, 6. Sorry, there is one more observation. By mistake I have written as 4, 5, but this is also there. So we need to write first is 4, 6. Then we can write 5, 5. Then it is 5, 6. Then it is 6, 4. Then 6, 5. And 6, 6. Correct? Now how many observations you are going to have here? N of A, there will be 6 observations. So N of A is going to be 6. And therefore, the probability of that event is going to be, write the formula properly, N of A upon N of S. And that's why it is going to be 6 upon 36. Please write the formula properly. Your expectation upon total outcomes. That is what we call it as mathematical expectation. That is probability of that event. Mathematical chance of getting that particular outcome. Now, simple questions they may ask you, conditions may be different. Suppose they ask you a question like this, find the probability of an event that the number appearing on the upper faces are exactly same. Number appearing on the upper faces is exactly same. So that means you have to select 1, 1. You have to select these 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5 and 6, 6. So this diagonal will come. So your observations are again going to be 6. They can ask you variety of questions like that. Conditions are in number. Suppose they ask you like this, find the probability of an event such that the number on the second die is greater than the number on the first die. So which observations you will select? Number on the upper face on the second die is greater than this. So I think you can select this one, then 1 3, 1 4, 1 5, 1 6, because number on the second die is greater than the number on the first die. So these observations will work. Similarly here we cannot select first two, but we can select 2 3, 2 4, 2 5, 2 6. We cannot select first three because this condition is not satisfied. It's satisfied here. 3 4, 3 5, 3 6. Then first four observations will not be included in this row. This will work. And last one is only this. Last row will not come only, because they have given the observation or a score on the second die is greater than the first. So all these observations you have to highlight by pencil. You have to list it here. Then you have to write the number of observations, and then you have to go for probability of that event. Remember one thing, this topic is not at all difficult, but the checking is most complicated thing. If you miss out a single number, then entire procedure will go wrong. So before you finalize anything, count that thing twice. Underline the things properly. Now here I have given this, and some of the scores on the upper faces is at least 10. Here in the textbook they have asked you a question like this. But suppose they have decided to change that. Then they will say sum of the scores on the upper faces is 10. If you just remove the word at least from that, the entire scene changes there. Sum of the face scores on the upper faces is 10 means which you will take 4, 6, then 5, 5 and 6, 4. So only these observations will come. So there will be not 6, there will be only 3 observations, and the probability will be 3 upon 36. That's why it is going to be 1 upon 12. Remember all this is what is expected in the exam, and you are not supposed to do any compromise on writing this. Suppose they ask you that write the sample space and write n of s for the tickets which are numbered from 1 to 100. See, the tickets are numbered from 1 to 100 and one ticket is drawn at random from that. Write the sample space and n of s. Now what we do? We write 1, 2, 3 and ... and 100. Because all 100 numbers you are not supposed to write. So you know that tickets are numbered from 1 to 100. That means 1, 2, 3, 4 like that up to 100. But all 100 numbers are not expected to be written. We have to write only first 3, then ... 100, and then we can write n of s is equal to 100 directly. These are the questions you expect for 1 mark. Correct? These questions are for 3 marks. We are going to do certain difficult sums after that, but this is the basic thing what you require to understand. Let us take one more example on forming the committees. That is also the question covered in your textbook, and majority of the students, they are having some problem related with that. So let us work out, let us solve that problem on probability. Okay, we will take one more example. This is also important question from probability which is expected in your board exam. They have given 3 men and 2 women are there, and you are supposed to form a committee of 2 members. Now, you don't directly write the things. What you are thinking, that you can please put it on a paper directly. 3 men, so I can consider them as M1, M2 and M3. That is 3 men and 2 women, so W1 and W2. This is what we can just write by leaving some space in between, and now we can write S there. S means the sample space. What are the outcomes? Now they have decided that you want to form a committee of 2 persons. So I am just taking this arrow part here. Now this is selection of 2 men, that is M1, M2. Correct? Then I can select M1, M3. That is the second committee, second possibility. Then I can go for M1, W1. And last one I can go here as M1, W2. Now this M1 is connected with all. So now we have to go from this. Now is it M2, M1? So answer is no. Because M2, M1 and M1, M2 is the same committee, and that's why we are not going to go back. We will go like this: M2, W3, sorry, M2, M3, then M2, W1, then M2, W2. Correct? Now, once you have written M2, M2, M2 here, then we will start with M3. Can you say M3, M2? No, because they have already taken one committee. In that committee, order is not important from us. The activity is involved. So their inclusion is already there. So there will not be a new committee for that. It is going to be M2, W2. Now we have to start with M3. It is not M3, M2, just go ahead. So it is going to be M3, W1 and M3, W2. And the last one is only this, that is W1, W2. So, in fact, we are going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. So, your sample space is having 10 number. And now we have to go ahead. Now, this is just I am explaining. I am not writing everything. I have just explained you whatever we write here. If it is done like this, then it is really appreciated. You have to develop your own method of representation. It cannot be just copied from reference books. The way you understand, you put it there. Whatever you feel important, you underline, because that is how we have to improve the presentation in the paper. So that it is definitely helpful for you also, and it is beneficial for the examiner to assess the paper. Now the event A, they have given at least one woman in the committee. What is the meaning of at least? At least one woman means you can have a committee having 2 women also. So this at least one, minimum 1 woman should be there in that committee. So we have to consider this, that is M1, W1, M1, W2, M2, M3 we cannot take, M2, W1 we can take, M2, W2, M3, W1, M3, W2, and this one W1, W2, because they have given at least 1, so you are allowed to take 2. So now you tell me this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. So your first probability of this is going to be 7 upon 10. Now they have given one more condition there. Condition is 1 man and 1 woman. So I think we can consider this. Then M1, W2. Then M2, W1. Then M2, W2. M3, W1. M3, W2. We cannot take, because this is requirement is 1 man and 1 woman. So definitely we have to select only these, and I think you are getting the answer 6. So it is going to be 6 is your requirement, but outcomes are 6. So this can be further written as 3 by 5. Now they have given one more question. One more probability that they have asked, that condition is the event is no woman in the committee. So no woman in the committee means which observations you will take? 1. There is no W part there. So M1, M2, then M1, M3, and all these contain one woman. So we have to select this. So total observations regarding this is going to be 3. So probability of that event is going to be 3 by 10. If after writing that particular formula, if you are writing something like this and if it is reducible, then only you reduce it. Otherwise you have to keep these answers as it is. Don't write answers in decimal. 0.7, 0.3, no. Because in the textbook, majority of the answers, 99% answers, they have given like fractions only. Is that clear? If it is reducible, then you reduce it, otherwise you keep it as it is. In the next section, we are going to do some more different questions on probability which can be possibly asked for the board exam.